Hi, welcome to AFTV. It's now time for player ratings. A 3-1 win to Arsenal, Robbie. We've done it. We got it over the line. Let's get straight into this.
I predicted 3-1 for the game.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
Blimey. Mystic Robbie, you know. Let's get straight into it, as we always do. Aaron Ramsdale for you today, Robbie.
Aaron Ramsey was really good. You know what I mean? He made a sort of double save earlier, and everything else he needed to do, he did. To be fair, he wasn't peppered, were he, by Man United, because, you know, they were very defensive United.
Right.
So most of the possession at United, I think at one stage they had more possession. I don't know what it finished at. But most of it was Onana in the other goal, because he was just like playing it around with the centre-backs. No, he did well.
Couldn't do anything with the goal?
Nothing with the goal, man. He got a hand to it. You know what I mean? Flexing it was saying, oh, maybe you could have saved it. Are you joking? You know what I mean? No, Ramsdale 7. 7.
Okay, that's a good way to start. I think a lot of fans, someone at the ground was saying, you know, Raya should come in. I was thinking, you lot are just...
See, this is the thing. Everyone who Raya, who's a great keeper, but Ramsdale's not done anything wrong. He was solid today.
Exactly that. All right, let's go to right back. Ben White for you today, Robbie.
Ben White today, some good bits and some not so good bits. I thought the not so good bit was on the Rashford goal. I thought could have done a bit better there, you know what I mean? Don't let him come in like that. You know what I mean? No tackle, no block. I just felt it was a little bit passive.
Yeah, agreed.
On Rashford's goal, but then I like the way he was overlapping and everything. And it was just great to see him back in that side position. He, again, overlapping with Saka. The balance looked right. So I'll probably give him a 7.
Yeah, feel more stable with him there.
Yeah. I thought he didn't have a bad game. I'm just highlighting on the goal.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's great to see him back on that right-hand side.
Definitely, you can't let Rashford come in on that right. Let's go into centre-back. A pairing that we've been wanting to see for a while, and they're back. But let's start with William Saliba.
Saliba as well, I think, on the goal. Again, he was there as well. I don't know, maybe I need to watch it back. I just felt him and Ben White could have done better on that goal.
Yeah.
It just looked a bit too easy for Rashford to get his shot. He had too much space, and you can't give a player of that quality that space. But overall, I thought he played okay. I'll give him a 7.
Okay, let's go to a man that we've all been screaming for to return, Gabriel Magalhaes. Didn't seem like, you know, there was any issues with him, even though he's been out of the side for a while. Didn't seem like there was any issues. He came straight back in.
Yeah, he didn't do a Jadon Sancho and start crying and fighting and stuff like that. Right? But,
Shots!
Well, listen, it's a similar thing, isn't it? Because he's been left out of the side and he's not made up any noise about it. He's just, you know, he must be upset about it.
Just waited his turn.
You know what I mean? There were teams being linked with him and everything, but he just kept quiet and got on with his business. And I like that. And I thought today was brilliant. You know what I mean? When they brought on that Rasmus Højlund, who's obviously a really aggressive player on his debut, really trying to put himself about, I thought Gabriel dealt with him brilliantly. He got back on and kept, he played that offside.
That was good from him, by the way.
Which is vital, right? Good. That's another art to defending.
Agreed.
An art that's a lot lost nowadays as well. He gets an 8 for me. Good. Mikel, do not leave out Gabriel, man. He's essential in this team.
That is true, because a lot of people say he's not a very intelligent defender, but that was a high level of intelligence.
That was a high level of intelligence, and he's a different type of defender to what, you know, Saliba is.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And you need that aggressive guy who wins headers, who, you know, is up for the fight. And I like the balance for them too.
Perfect. Let's go to our left back, Zinchenko, today, Robbie.
I like Zinchenko today as well. You know what I mean? He was back to himself, inverting in, you know, so clever on the ball, so many good touches, so many nice passes. Really, really does make Arsenal tick when he plays. And he knows how to play that inverted role. He's got it down to a T. I mean, he was everywhere in that first half, you know. So, yeah, a 7 for Zinchenko. Well played.
I think that's fair. Let's go into midfield, defensive midfield now. Listen, it's not Thomas Partey, which we've all been wanting to see him there, but a man that stepped up today. What a performance. Mr. Declan Rice, probably.
Decklan Rice, man of the match for me. Yeah, definite man of the match. Big goal. Needed somebody in that game to just hit it, and he did, right? And he got a little bit of luck, caught a slight deflection, but and in the first half in particular, the amount of times he was nipping in and nicking the ball, physical, strong, but also great on the ball, great at passing it everywhere. what a player we bought here, man. I mean, £105 million is a lot of money. But I was having this argument, I remember, with Gunnar Lee when we signed him. He was saying, let's get Caicedo. I'm like, no, Declan Rice. Yeah. Declan Rice has got Premier League experience. Declan Rice is going to hit the ground running quicker than Caicedo. And I think we've seen that. Caicedo's a top player, but you've seen he's looked very shaky in his first couple of games. He's a young guy, you know what I mean? Declan Rice can handle the pressure. And that was a huge goal today. You saw what it meant in the celebration. And he all round, I mean, you know, up against Casemiro. Casemiro was a bit anonymous today, weren't he? You know what I mean? So, yeah, Declan Rice for me, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, Nicky was right when he said about Declan Rice.
Nicky texted me after the game. He goes, I told you you're going to love him. I said, yeah, I do love him already.
It gave me like Reece Nelson against Bournemouth vibes. Like, that goal must have done so much. And the stadium must have erupted.
But he's a leader on the pitch, and I think he's going to be a very important player for us this season.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to be sleeping tonight after that. What a goal. What a feeling he must be going through right now. Let's go to our captain, a man that was, you know, in contention for man of the match, Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, very close between him and Declan Rice because, again, he scored a big goal. Straight after United scored, and I saw that clip on United View where they were celebrating, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, right? Martin Odegaard was fantastic today. He's pressing, his energy. He didn't have the greatest of game against Fulham. It was a real off day for him, but I thought he was back to his brilliant best today. And Rice pips it from him for the man in the match. He was close. Excellent today. 8.
Okay, let's go to a man that seems to get a lot of the headlines. A lot of people, his name's on everyone's lips at the moment. But listen, everyone has bad games. But Kai Havertz wasn't great today.
He had a stinker today. Yeah. In my books, it was a really poor game. We have to say it as it is. Listen, I want people to have patience with him because it is only 4 games he's played in the Premier League for Arsenal. He's still got to fit and bed into that team and the system and everything like that. But today he should have scored. That could have been lift-off for Kai Havertz if it's just a pure earshot. And on top of that, it was his mistake that led to the goal. He gave the ball away to, I think, Eriksen, and that's what led to Rashford's goal. So, yeah, what can I say? It was a poor game today for him. He worked hard. Probably a 4.
4, yeah, you got to call it as it is. And today's performance for him it was not one he's going to remember at all. He's going to want to forget that.
I think Mikel Arteta needs to bring him in, like maybe not start him off the bench for a few games and ease him in. You know what I mean? There's no rush.
Yeah, a fan said this to me. He said, there's City with Jack Grealish. They bedded him in. They didn't just throw him in.
Yeah, Grealish. And no doubt these new guys that City have bought, Matthias Nunes and that, they'll ease them in as well. Right. Even Gavardio, they're easing him in. It's not just because you spent 75, 80, 90, 65 million on a play, he plays immediately. He's still a human being. You've got to ease him in, but he had a poor game today.
Another player that might hurt a lot of people hearing this, but I think we're going to go to now, Bukayo Saka. I don't think he had a great game today. Yeah. Today missed a massive opportunity as well.
Yeah, he had a quiet game. Missed a big chance that under normal circumstances he buries that. Yeah, listen, quiet game for him today, but he was still working hard. He was still trying everything he could to get us back in the game. But it's a quiet one for him. I'll probably give him a 6.
6. I think that's fair. Anything more out of question because not his best game.
How do you mark down a guy that's been like carrying us for a couple of years? You know what I mean? But it was a quiet game today. But
this performance wasn't his favourite. But let's go to Martinelli, the opposite wing, who seemed at it.
Yeah, I thought he was much better. You know what I mean? He kept working. I mean, you know, he was driving. He's on Wan-Bissaka's case all game. Wan-Bissaka actually played well as well because, you know, but how many corners were won from that side because of Martinelli? He was a threat all game, right? You know what I mean? And he did his job. Only thing really, didn't really create an assist or anything, but he worked his socks off. I give him a 7.
7. Okay, let's go to the man who led the line for us today, Eddie Nketiah, Robbie.
7 as well for him. I thought he worked, not as good as Martinelli, but again, worked really hard, pressed. Didn't really get any, you know, the way United played today was really difficult for him. So he didn't really get any sort of, you know, when a team plays that deep, it's a little bit difficult for a player like Eddie because he likes to get that ball running behind. Yeah. And there was no, there was no behind today for them because their behind was on their goal line.
Yeah, exactly that. Let's go into the subs then, and let's go with Eddie's replacement for today, Gabriel Jesus, Robbie.
Absolutely brilliant when he came on. Great goal. The way he just sat down Dallo and sent him sliding down, Hornsey Road was absolutely brilliant. He was fantastic. I love watching this guy play. He's so skillful. He's brilliant. Today was a joy to watch him. His goal was fantastic. He changed it when he come on. You don't know how to mark him, how to deal with him. He's quick, he's tricky, he's skillful. He goes inside, outside. He had them running around like, honestly, they were spinning around. You compare him to Anthony's performance today, United, it's night and day, you know what I mean? Fantastic. 8.
He's a joy to watch, Gabriel Jesus, I must admit that. Let's go to Takehiro Tomiyasu, Robbie.
Yeah, just came on and made things a bit solid, you know what I mean? Did his job, so 7.
7, okay. Jorginho?
Not on long, you know what I mean? Just sort of came on like last seconds of the game just to kill it, so I'll give him a standard 6.
Okay, Reece Nelson for you, Robbie.
Liked him when he came on, you know what I mean? Was aggressive, made an impact, you know what I mean? Gave another big problem for United to deal with. You know, I liked him when he came on. Really has changed his game up. He's an excellent impact player. I'm going to give him a 7.
7.
Just for that little cameo.
Wow, he's done well. Listen, he's done well every time he's come on. He clearly see this season he wants to fight and be either the back or get a start. I believe that's it for the subs.
Fabio Vieira.
Oh my God, how could I forget?
And he was excellent. Again, another one of the players that helped change the game. Another assist for him with Jesus' goal. He's now finding himself in it. And this is why we have to be patient with Havertz. We were patient with Vieira. I always said he's going to have to come to the party in the second season. He looks like he's doing it now. He's obviously got his confidence up and he's playing really, really well. And I thought today he made a massive impact when he came on. And well done to Fabio Vieira.
Does he deserve a start? That's 2 games now.
I think he does deserve a start, you know what I mean? I think he does. You know what I mean? When you see Kai Havertz is struggling at the moment, Vieira does deserve a start, but I'll give him an 8 today.
An 8 today. I do want to mention as well, because there has been a conversation throughout the week, you know, Martin Odegaard or Bruno, and we showed it here today. Like, you can see the levels.
Listen, Bruno's a fantastic player.
Yeah, of course.
I know a lot of people don't like him. He's always
I don't like him.
He did a couple of that in the game today, but he's a fantastic player. But right now, Odegaard's better. Odegaard scored 15 goals from midfield last year. Another goal for him today. He's on fire.
Yeah, I had to speak on that. But let's go to the referee today, actually, Robbie, before we go to the manager.
I thought the referee was all right, you know what I mean? He gave us a penalty, which was overturned, you know what I mean? But on the pitch, probably it did look like a penalty. I thought he let the game flow. You know, it's never an easy game to manage Arsenal United. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I think that's. I didn't see too much wrong with the referee. I can see Ty in the background, as always, frustrated.
Like
no referee. Let's go to the manager today, Rob, because everyone's talking about tinkering, and you know, Partey was not in the side, so it might have forced his hand to go back to his back line. But his guy is Havertz, and you know, Eddie's starting. Mikel Arteta for you, did he get it right? What do you rate him?
He got it right. I think the guy said in the starting 11 before we went to the game that the fact that Zinchenko was back and fit, probably even if Partey was fit, I don't think he would have played at right back. Okay. I don't. Because
do you believe that?
I do believe that because he wants someone to do the inverting, right? And because Zinchenko's been out, he's been trying to get Partey to do it on the right-hand side. With Zinchenko back now, he can do it on the left like and he's the best at doing it, right? He got the selection right, I felt, you know what I mean? All right, maybe Havertz didn't have the greatest game, but you got to select. The balance was better today. Great to bring Gabriel back in the team. He could have been stubborn and try and not brought those back.
Fair.
He didn't, and then when it weren't working, he brought the subs on, and the subs changed the game. So 8 for Mikel Arteta.
8 for Mikel Arteta, and then lastly, we couldn't hear it because it was muted here in the studio, but the fans today,
were absolutely brilliant today.
So
Let me tell you something, right? For any football fan, you want to be at a game like today. Last minute goals, that second and third goal, actually all 3 goals, when they went in, the roof went off the Emirates. It was, the atmosphere was amazing. It was a hot day today, so everyone was just in shirts. You know, also it was fantastic. This is what football is all about, and the fans are brilliant today. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Oh, I wish I was there. But listen, let us know your ratings on the AFTV Plus app. All you got to do is download it and give us your ratings. Yeah. What a game.
What a game. Big up M. Huncho as well, man, for coming in the studio, man. I mean, that watch-along was brilliant.
He broke the sofa, but...
He broke the sofa. He broke the sofa, but you're forgiven, bro. We just pumped Man United. You're forgiven, M. Huncho. Big up, man, and just keep doing your thing, man. Great artists.
Big up. Like the video if you like it, and we'll see you again soon after the international break. Let's hope we can keep going back to winning ways. What a performance from the boys. We'll see you again very soon. Take care.